one win. Welcome to the 51 floors of Vertigo. Our first map underway. First to 16, you know the drill. This is Counter-Strike. This is no child's game. This is a man's battlefield for both sides. A last-ditch effort for conference.
Let's see what we can find here. Of course, that CT side start from MOVISTAR is such a big deal. Yeah. A lot of sides definitely prefer that CT side of Movi. They're just going to try and control the tempo from it. A little bit of mid-aggression here from David G as well. He's just going to play it on nice and passively. And so far, that's what we're seeing. It's a slow approach by one win on their T side, not really making too much of a definitive decision as of just yet.
We know that they're very tempo-driven and calculative in their plays, right? Very structured in that, guys, let's take bit by bit of the control. Travis is the only man with utility as well, so when we turn to that T side, the execute won't be there. There's a smoke, there's a molly, that's all they've got behind them. Having said that, no kit for the MOVISTAR Rider side either, so the retake, this is where things get a little bit interesting, where one win, sure, the lack of utility, same thing can be said in the post-plant scenario here for MOVISTAR Riders, but it will be an A play. They leave it to the minute mark. Mopos, he's going to right-click in the smoke, drop the flashbang, doesn't stop Alex from finding the first. Travis, he'll find the traders, a follow-up kill with the Glock, but one better from the P2000. Glowing's going to close in on site. Deaths is available for the response, and it is back and forth Counter-Strike that helps neither side. It's down to the 2-on-2.
And Deco's all going to take a step away. Flamey is still just closer towards Ali. Of course, picking that pistol could be problematic. Deco finds one. That will fall, and Destro, low HP, goes to his death. But it's the first round for one win. On their T side, they kickstart the map and the series in emphatic fashion. That's what they needed to give them that boost in momentum. And of course, with a bomb planting around in their favor, it's into round number 2. One we're going to have a nice, comfortable buy. Galil's AK-47s, potentially a couple of Mac 10s and armor will be coming through. Utility is their best friend. And over towards MOVISTAR. I mean, that buy, it's a full buy, but it's not much of one.
AK of Flamey looking to get a little bit more aggressive. Nade over the top. Dammy just going to play bait and switch with that CZ. A little bit of a tag, some pious. Yeah, you can't be getting too greedy here, Chiefs. This will be the end of your life very, very quickly. Swings in. Okay, fine to dink, but oh, it does like 3 damage. It was through the corner of the wall. I thought, you know, we were hoping for a little bit more, maybe, the CZ to throw some hate at the one-win side, but no, Flamey's able to escape with a fair chunk of HP left, and MOVISTAR Riders being on pistols is already a big disadvantage, but now sunk deeper into the pit that is the round 2 force buy.
I mean, at the moment, it's very slow here. I mean, for Movi, sort of gamble stacked over towards the site. It comes to utility as well. They're going to play nice and aggressive here. The CT side, they're trying to cut down these close angles, but for the time being, not looking too favorable for them. As once these Galil start stepping their way forward, it should be comfortable. In goes the first bit of contact. Mopos will be tagged down. Alex will fall as well as Glowing kick-starting. Spraying, though, will cost him. In the reload, the pistol's fine, too.
3v3. A couple of weapons definitely could be given away to that CT side, but MOVISTAR Riders hold. Mopos, there's a couple of seconds left on this smoke, so he's going to have to get inventive in the way he wants to take it. Oh, Mopos through the smoke. It's class. It's Travis in the 1v3. And the MOVISTAR Riders, the Spaniards have done absolute numbers with these pistols. It's an AK Galil Deagle against 8 points of health to Travis's name. He's going to need all 4 in the round. Already a single kill to his name. 3 more to go. But with 20 seconds left, time is a massive problem. And for MOVISTAR Riders, they've earned themselves a second round. And it will go their way. It's 1-all. That is brilliant.
I mean, what a way for them to turn that on their head. Coming into that round with just upgraded pistols. I mean, they didn't expect too much from them at all, especially with the IKEA builder gun of the CZ, a gun that I hate with a passion. They make it work. I don't know how they do it. I can't control it, but that's why they're the professionals. 1-all. We're all tied square, and of course now the economic situation's changed hands just a little bit. One win, not looking too pretty.
Just a tad, mate. Flips on its head more like. 1 win, 5 Deagles. MOVISTAR 5 Rifles. 2 different stories being told here in round 3. And listen, we just saw some heroics with the force buy of MOVISTAR Riders in the previous, but this round here I feel like is way too much to ask for here for 1 win. You've got no utility either, so where MOVISTAR Riders were able to use the smokes to close the gaps, 1 win won't have that same luxury, and already feeling the wrath a little bit of the Galil there, Flamey, as he's set to 9 points of health.
Intel's mid. Bit of a pressure. Glowing, what a shot as well. Deaths. Good night.
That is brilliantly taken care of. Wondering, does some Pius want to get aggressive and try and help his teammate, his drop teammate, and, you know, picking up the gun, moving it further away and making it less accessible for that T side. He opts against it for now. Looks like he was just waiting for his teammate, though. In the meantime, a boost towards B, Neo. Lots of information picked up by One Win now that no one's in on headshot, no one's peeking me from sight. It's a passive approach. He's going to play a more contact play. Unfortunately for Glowing, not going to be the case. Davy G reoppresses the situation. He'll find himself a bit of information. Messi tapping away with the AK, but he eventually does find the mark. Down to 3, One Win, despite a nice effort from the Deagle of Glowing to begin with. I feel like it all fizzles out here with 30 seconds to spare.
Yeah, swinging as well. Alex coming for a double. Last man alive. Flamey will find himself one. Very nearly a second as well. He needs to be careful there on the reload as Alex will fall away. Double swing comes in, and just like that, some players will clean things up. And second round on the board for MOVISTAR. It's slightly expensive, couple of kills, but hey ho, when it matters most, MOVISTAR picked themselves up a round, and of course a lead 2 on the CT side, starting to build up somewhat of a wealth of it. And the most important thing, I guess, for MOVISTAR is denial of the bomb plot, right? Because it means that once again, heading into round number 4, the second part of the double eco comes through, and One Win can't really compete in terms of firepower.
Drop down some Glocks, not ideal. MOVISTAR Riders, despite it being the CIS side's map pick, have definitely made their presence known here on the CT side. I like it. Doing very well. Even when One Win are trying to play that structured CIS approach that we're too used to, maybe, you know, you look towards Outsiders or your Forza, where, you know, in the tier 2 space especially, even when you think you have the upper hand and this is your map pick or whatever, it's calculative, very numbers-driven, the approach in this round. Very nicely done from Davy G. The Glocks, 2 kills though, maybe biting off a little bit more than they can chew, but it is a Deco 1v3 right now. Nice thing, Sampius, knowing he can't get too greedy, keeping distance is key, and for that, he'll be rewarded with his first kill in this round. 3-1, but this is where the big boys hang. It's One Win. They get the investment now since that pistol win.
And this is kind of, for me, one of the most important rounds in terms of this first half, realistically speaking. For One Win, they need to kickstart this momentum back again. They cannot afford to let MOVISTAR build up too much of a wealth of a lead, or they're going to be really in trouble. And this is what we see. Hang on a second, though, with
It's going to be a tech.
Yeah, I think this might be a round reset. I'm having a slight feeling, unless MOVISTAR are pulling off this new strat of sit and spawn, I think this might be a round reset inbound. One Win, they're doing their best to do exactly the same. I'm pretty sure this is just going to be, I think Flamey's having tech issues by the fact that he hasn't moved yet. We can get this round restarted once again. But we can continue to talk about what we were saying about how, for me, for this round number 5, for One Win, it's probably the most important. It's a full buy going in, full investment. No AWP being brought as of just yet, but the full AK is on board, good amount of utility and armor too. This has to be a round that they convert, or at the very least get a bomb down, right? Because it gives them still that stability in terms of economy. Lose this without a bomb plant, back into a double eco situation, back into us MOVISTAR, trying to seriously pull away. Uh-oh. Oh, no.
Movement god of Glowing.
Oh, no. Why? Go to the accident counter. It's going to say a lovely little one there.
Yeah. We do enjoy that. Nice little Easter egg. Those maybe that didn't know the old accident counter. I didn't know that there's one where Mopos is looking, right? On that wall, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, there's one on that wall. There's one in each spawn.
And there's one in T spawn as well. There you go.
Right above the hard hats.
Yeah. Gotta wear your hard hats, kids.
Exactly.
In a construction site. Especially when you're 51 floors up. If you didn't know, there you go. Another bit of trivia. Well, technically, One Win are 50 floors up for the MOVISTAR guys there. They're the extra floor up. Yeah, there you go. 51 floors of Vertigo. Already says 5 on the sign.
5, yeah.
We've had a fair few casualties here out on.
Yeah, warm up there. We're going ham apparently.
I don't know, mate. I don't know, but. Yes, we are going to cut back to us just for a second here, and you can see our faces a little bit more, and we can talk about Counter-Strike. We talk about that round a little bit, Neo, and we looked at the money for the T side. You know, it was $150, $200 mark-ish for all of these players. So, yes, sure, we can make the offer and the effort that One Win, they really need this round, but for MOVISTAR Riders, they're not exactly out of their headlights either. You know, we're looking at maybe the 1.5k, 2k mark. So for either side, this is actually really good progress if you are to win this upcoming round. It's damage done integrally to your opposition's money, their funds heading into the next round. It is definitely more needed for the One Win side. We need to see their map pick. The traction definitely needs to be picked up a little bit more so.
Agreed.
And for them now, I think the big question is, how much damage do they do? Do they get a bomb plant? Do they get a round win? That's the key pointers that we're going to be having here in this round here.
Yeah, I think, for me, with how the meta is currently, I think round number 5 is probably one of the most important. Generally
It feels
speaking,
it.
you have your pistol round comes through, second round, regardless if you win or lose, you force in, right? And then, of course, someone loses. And then it's that standard case of there's a couple of rounds where one side has a significantly better economy. Now the full buys come out towards round number 5. That always seems to be the case. And this is the one that sort of builds the narrative. And as you mentioned with MOVISTAR, it's not really looking too great over for them in terms of long term either. So lose this. They're down to a double eco as well. And the game, surely enough, is probably going to be tied all square. But unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, we're having tech issues. It's not what you want to see as we kick-started this lower bracket final. We're going to throw this one to a break. When we are back, we'll be back with the 51 floors of Vertigo. So we'll see you after this, hopefully, brief break.
Alright, apologies ladies and gentlemen for the very, very extended pause there. We had some connection issues on the server, but hopefully hasn't affected the game too much or the groove that we're in. We are back into the action here on Vertigo. 5 rounds in. Just a bit of a reminder, Movistar Riders, they're 4-1 ahead so far, and it is the 1-win map pick. So Neo, we're picking up here with some interesting times for 1 win. Undergoing pauses and down by 3, they've really got themselves into gear now, and they've really got to start pushing for that ultimate goal of 16 in map 1.
Yeah, I mean, that's exactly it, right? I mean, it's all about kind of trying to now push towards taking this map in their favor, what we need to, in my opinion. Flamey not going towards mid, sneaking around the smoke, trying to get a bit of time. I don't know if he's been spotted. He has some bias. Spotted through the smoke, close position. Flamey falls, man advantage in favor of MOVISTAR. They're looking for fire. That beautiful flash as well was glowing, will follow suit. Alex gets mid control and already 1 win. Starting to crumble a little bit in towards round number 6.
Nicely done. Molly dropped in. Travis having a look at the kills back in favour, but it just goes in the way of Movistar Riders. And Lollipop can't get anything done. It's Alex to reap the last. And with that, it is Movistar Riders. Am I going insane? But that should be 5-1, no? Or is it 4-1?
I mean, we were at 3-1 at the tag pause, because obviously we were going into round 5.
You're right.
There we go. There we go. There we go. 4-1.
I'm going insane, mate. Because the replays at the top said it was 4-1, so...
Yeah. No,
all right, we didn't move. It is 4-1. All right.
There we go. 1 win as well now, of course. Just pistols for them. Not really too much hope, I think it's safe to say. This one just that full eco. Barely even picking up armor for the most part as well. Lacking in utility. Firepower, well, not looking too great for them to even attempt to find a second.
Nade in on ramp. MOVISTAR Riders playing it very slow, very smart. Understanding that this is just a half buy for 1 win. They did the dirty work in finding all the kills and the win against the force buy now. Merely down to these pistols that they've got to take care of and cater towards. Still a very slow start to this round. Nothing more going on right now than just jump spotting, information, and MOVISTAR Riders, the informed approach that 1 win are trying to make towards A.
Yeah, it's super slow right now. I mean, 1 win they're trying to find a gap to work with. They walk straight towards the AK-47. Alex going to fall away. Swat decision. He's going to find the opener with ease as well as Travis will fall. Looking to make it 2 as well. And he's actually inviting this pressure in towards Ali. He's very lucky to stay alive. Swinging back in though. 2 more added to the tally. It's glowing Except all alone. Flamey will fall. Easy stuff. 5-1.
MOVISTAR Riders making it look easy. A couple of casualties to the CT side that they do need to be careful for. However, ultimately they do get themselves the goal of that 5th and push the boat out even further. For 1 win, it's their chance to respond. We've got an AWP on Deco, we've got rifles, we've got chances in this round. But we really need to start seeing rounds go their way. Otherwise, it will feel a little bit distant and a little harder to get back involved with.
For the time being, Mopos playing nice and aggro. Over towards Ram, just trying to put a bit of time above that smoke. Over towards 1 win. 4 for them. This time as well on all. First time we've seen the big green come out towards this game, and for Deco, can he make a difference is the question.
Molly dropped in. Travis going to try and close the gap. Death's dancing back and forth on the white box. Oh, Death's good for 2. How on earth does he survive? Never mind thrive in that angle. He's isolated the one-on-ones, and he could be in for more as well as the Ramp player giving him a good run for his money. Glowing walks into it. Flamey, sure he's good for 1, but this is a 2-on-4. 1 win just fall by the wayside. Make it look easy for MOVISTAR Riders. And the Spaniards, this is going to be a 6th. Mopos' flank surely going to be the end to the AWP. And the end to the round will come in the form of deaths. It's 6-1. MOVISTAR Riders running away with this game. No bomb plant either. No progress for the economy for that T side.
I'm getting worried. I'm getting very, very worried now for 1 win. Of course, you got to remember, this is their map pick. And in my opinion, this is their win factor. They need to find Vertigo if they want to take this towards a 3-mapper, in my opinion. And of course, Overpass, I think, is slightly leaning in favor of 1 win. But of course, the way things are being played right now, maybe not so much. 6-1, 5-round deficit, and their team side has been lackluster. A full buy coming through, but not as much as they would have hoped. Only 1 Galil.
Well, already, the M4 of Alex to be tearing away souls. Nade has done good damage to Deco. To gun down a couple more here. Smoke dropped in on him. Flash as well could be used to assist, but in the meantime, Mopos elevated angle. Got to be careful. Overstays his welcome, and for that, Travis will punish him. A 4v3. Alex still left behind the sandbag. There's no HE to clear them out. They're going to have to trust in aim and accuracy as Travis finds the follow-up. It is a 2v2 as Death drops the bomb carrier of Deco, but Flamey in of itself going to find another. And Davy G, a very silent game so far for him. We're going to need to see him step up to the highest pedigree, get the bomb dropped once more, and for 1 win, low HP will plague them, but a numbers game that favours them. Which side do you favour in this scenario?
1 versus 2. I mean, for Davy G, he's sort of inviting this pressure. He knows they have to cross to be able to put that bomb up. Honestly, want to go back all the way over towards the B site, which could potentially actually work quite nicely for them, but it's a big risk. It's not worth taking for the time being. Now, for Davy G, going to start a little peak as well. Spots 1, finds him. Low on HP as well on the loss. Travis, 21 points. In a 1 versus 1, Davy G has 100 HP. Yet to be touched. He's going to post himself off. 20 seconds on the clock as well. Time is ticking.
And he knows where the bomb was, and that molly on top of it secures it just for a few seconds longer. Tap of the bomb. Davy now knows it's a fake. It's been too long. This time, it's a stick from Travis. Does he want to go aggressive in the post plant? Davy got to be careful out in the open. It is the nade that lands, and he spotted him going back. He's got plenty of ammunition, but Travis gets it done with a Tech 9. Sidearm drawn, doesn't need the Galil. And with that, finally, one win get there. Edge back in on this game. Pencil in a second. But that is the hardest way to do it. You had a full buy in the last and couldn't really find the traction. In this round, it was pistols, and they somehow get it sorted. Done completely in their name. 6-2.
And one Galil is basically all they brought into the fray as well, and it somehow worked for them now. Or in towards mid, Sampires trying to compete with that Deco. Big green picked up, and we know what Sampires can do with an AWP in his hands. He is talented, is one way to put it. Of course, they want to regain that lead. Deco nowhere. Stone unturned for him either. Some pass to the first. Flamey will fall, aggressing in towards mid as well. Deco this time just going to hold down the fort.
Orb fires off, but no response. One win. Left a little bit stranded here. Flash is looking quite good. Alex on the angle. Oh, it's tag for tag. Both players left low. Blowing the molly could finish the job that he started milliseconds ago, but a nimble Alex able to slip the net and run away, flee from the scene. Still left in that man advantage for Movistar Riders. The odds only improve at the minute mark.
Well, of course, numbers in their favour. Movistar can just play nice and slow. I mean, they don't really need to do too much for the time being. That tuck as well from Alex, it's so tough to clear. It forces them to fully clear him unless they go for that kind of alley control, which is being contested for the time being. So Pius again going to find yet one more. Lollipop this time to fall as already things start to look really nice. And Movistar to find their 7th there and extend that lead again.
Jiggling. Having a good look towards the site. Alex, same angle, same positioning will grant him another. Blowing gone, down to 2. Travis alongside Deco have to pick up the pace, and it just will not work. One win can't get anything to stick with these rifles. Does not matter what you throw at the Spaniards. They just do one better. You come out with kings. Movistar Riders have aces. And with that, it's 7-2. The lead back up to 5, and even more so, just harming that T-side economy. One win, don't get a say in the matter.
I mean, so far, this has just looked so easy, right? I mean, it's looked so easy for Movistar for the most part. They've barely been touched. That one round they lost to Pistols, sort of concerning, I think it's safe to say, but, you know, they were able to put it back in their favor, and now look where we stand. A 5-round lead built up once again. One only picked up 2 rounds so far on their T side. It's simply not good enough. And you've got to remember, this is their map pick. I'm already starting to get, slightly concerned. And for Movistar, this just looks like an every old day walk in the park for them. You've got to consider as well, if they take Vertigo and then head on towards Mirage, this is where it becomes that storyline that I was talking about a 2-0 in favor of Movistar just because of that win factor of Vertigo.
The overpass deciding pick, maybe getting a little bit more distant to the goal than maybe they would be anticipating here. 3 maps we've been hoping for since the pre-show, since 40 minutes ago when we were hyping up this game. Unfortunately, Movistar Riders just seem to be that step ahead. The level up from one win right now. Pistols, that's all they have to show for it here. One win in round number 10. In Davy G, different angle, and it's just going to catch 2 off guard. I'm pretty sure the gun fell off the map as well. Shot out. Oh no, never mind. Travis did get it recovered in the meantime, but it is a 4v3. Man advantage stands once more. You're not expecting the world to happen here for one win, you know?
Agreed.
Rome wasn't built in a day. That's the saying. Quite appropriate here in this round. It is very hard for them to get them back on the board. Bit of a mispositioning from Mopos. Some Pius available at least, and able to punish for the trade, but a 2v3. As competitive as it gets here for one win, you know, it has been quite close. I feel like in this round, a lot closer than it should have been, considering it's Pistols, Travis. Movement grants a bomb plant and an extra kill. Now a 2v2. It's a lot more scary than it was 30 seconds ago here, Neo.
I mean, Travis single-handedly so far has been bringing them to a lot of success as we stand. 2 kills already in the round, and now into a 2 versus 2. The rotation going back forward. And Pius playing nice and slow, waiting for the rotation of Alex to come in to give him some support. It's his tough kill close of Travis is going to be the hard one, so Pius will fall all down to 1 man. Alex, the single Spaniard to try and deny a third in favour of 1 win. Would he be able to do so is the question. Finding one of Travis, but I think that time is gone. Pick up the AWP. No, he goes back in, re-aggressing. Walks straight towards Flamey. Third on the board for 1 win. They're chipping away at the deficit now.
That's scary, isn't it? Again, another half-by win for 1 win, where we invest, sure, a fair bit in terms of, you know, utility, weaponry. It's a very deep half-by, as we would say, but that's a round that they had no business in winning. Movistar Riders have had a clinical performance with rifles, with SMGs, with AWPs, with anything, absolutely anything. And as soon as 1 win hit pistols, where it is kind of the rock bottom scenario, when we start to chalk up the idea of Movistar Riders taking that one, are able to snatch it right back from us. The gap back down to 4, and a timeout called. Movistar Riders probably getting a bit too complacent on the CT side, and for that they are just going to take the chill pill, and the all-elusive timeout called. The 30-second breather, just to sit on the sideline, coach coming in, have a little chat. What's going wrong? Guys, probably need to take a bit of a relaxation. A little bit of a chiller approach when it comes to these pushes and going aggressive, especially when you know the money isn't too great for that 1 win side.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, they just need to slow things down a little bit. I mean, both of these 2 sides kind of playing that sort of heavy metal CS, I like to call it, where it's very, very aggressive in its nature. And just need to calm things down. Speaking of, got a nice aggro towards B. First kill, going to their death, instantly traded by Flamey as he finds a double.
Brilliantly taken care of, and the B bomb site left hollow, but Movistar Riders, they stick around. They want more to do with this map. They want more to do with this round in particular. 1 minute and 30, it's been a lights out execute, a very fast one. But 1 win, haven't really budged. The bomb's committed way too deep. Deco's got to be careful. The retake, util, and Deco, he's gone bomb dropped as well. That is horrific. When you thought 1 win stood a chance, the bomb goes too aggressive, and they run right into the jaws of the Movistar Riders side as another kill for Mopos, and surely that's the nail in the coffin in round 11. It's Flamey against 3, and despite a double entry at the beginning of round 11, it's all overshadowed, all overturned by the M4A1S of Mopos as he looks for 1 more. Flamey gonna back away. They do not stand a chance.
That's it. I mean, Flamey, just keep hold of what you've got. I mean, he individually, alongside Travis, has a bit of a long-term economy to fall back on, but the rest of the team don't. He needs to be a bit of a financial aid heading in towards round number 12 if 1 win want to compete. Keep hold of that AK. It's so important for them to try and find success in towards these next few rounds. And another situation where 1 win, find success on the pistols, but can't replicate it with the rifles. It's such a weird scenario where their mindset on their low buys, their ecos, their half buys are really, really good. It's aggressive, but at the same time formulated. And then when they fall back on towards those big buys, the heavy investments with the AWPs, the AKs, they cannot seem to even fathom a little bit of success. It's so concerning, to say the least. And of course, already what we do see is Movistar have guaranteed themselves a lead heading in towards the second half. They've already picked themselves up 8, back to that 5-round buffer that they've been so good at keeping. And the way things are looking, they're probably going to extend it.
I mean, surely they don't make the same mistake thrice. You know, 1 time it's acceptable, 2 times it's worrying, 3 times there's a serious cause for concern. And so, although maybe not a full buy in terms of, or rather a half buy in terms of keeping money, we've still got a Deagle and a Galil for that 1 win side. And so, carelessness definitely another factor going, oh, do you know what? We've got to send it. We've got to start getting rounds on the board in our name. That's exactly what they're going to be looking for. Round 12. A chance for Movistar Riders, as you mentioned, Neo, to just put themselves back in front, even further that lead, and make 1 win in a trickier scenario where it's harder to untangle the advantage they put themselves in.
I think the concerning thing as well is Movistar have a really good opportunity and a good opening here to find double digits in the first half, and that for me is the biggest concern. If they can find 10 rounds already on their CT side, then I get very concerned about this question that we speak about a lot of too little, too late becoming very, very relevant in the discussion.
Mopos claiming the first, looking for a second. Oh, and he finds it, swings wide, catches Deco. Damage to Lollipop's pretty integral as well. Down to 3, 1 win, now split up, 2 towards ramp, but now only made 1. Det, a position to catch them all off guard, and he'll find the follow-up as well. It's brilliant. Individualistic plays just turned up a couple of notches to the maximum heat, and the pressure's too much to handle here for the 1-win side. It's looking like 9 for MOVISTAR Riders now, as it's a flamey 1v4 when quiet, and 1 win. You know, we've had an amazing few seasons from them, and on a more individual basis, flamey has looked brilliant with this side.
Agreed.
This round, way too much to ask for, though. It is just going to have to be that save, and a 9th to the Spaniards' name. The gap just gets greater and greater, and the chances of 1 win taking their pick just get a little more distant round by round.
And this is what I was getting, well, kind of coming into this veto, I was kind of concerned about this map. When you look at sort of the teams that MOVISTAR have played and taken down on this map, there's some pretty notable names.
Yeah.
I mean, they beat Big in Pro League, right? On this map, not even that long ago. I mean, it was back in kind of, well, March time, I think. So, yeah, very, very concerning and how things stand out at the moment. Everything is looking so good for MOVISTAR to be able to say this. Up to 9. Once again, you look over towards 1 win, and I mean, the buy should be pretty minimalistic heading in towards this next one. Yes, Flamey's got an AWP, which I'm assuming will be dropped over towards Deco. And then supporting him will be, well, not really too much. Maybe a couple of AKs, couple of Glils, potentially Mac 10s who want to prioritize utility. It is all over the place. MOVISTAR have a really good opportunity to take map number 1 here, and then potentially go set themselves up for the series.
"12 rounds into Vertigo, and the light's definitely dimmed here for the 1-win side. Desperate times call for desperate measures. Considering we only have a few rounds left here of their T side, I mean, in an ideal world, they take the rest. Practicality speaking, it's just not going to happen. I think MOVISTAR Riders got to be looking at an 11-4 half here.
Agreed.
Any more than that, maybe even, you know, that 12-3 scoreline, you would be very, very scared. Well, in this round, the here and the now is that MOVISTAR Riders with 3 AKs on that CT side just look scarier and scarier by the second. And in this round, round 13, Sampius is out for a few. Flashbang, going to be pretty good. One thrown by the T side, though, has offset him a little bit as Glowing's Deagle. Long range, but just takes the head off the shoulders of Davy G. That 5-on-4 for the T side, quickly wrapped up and back level, though, as Mopos won through the smoke.
One of the consistent factors we've seen as well is that, you know, for MOVISTAR being so good at finding that opening kill and then just keeping them on advantage. This time now back into the 4 versus 4. There's potential for them to work with. Some bias brings the numbers back in their favor, and things are starting to dwindle. Tech 9 at range can't cause problems as Mopos finds 2 in towards ramp, and just like that, all down to 1 man. Glowing will get rid of that AWP, doesn't want to drop into the wrong hands, but it does not matter. It does not make a difference. Surely his Deagle can't do too much as he's being tapped away, and he dropped out by Alex. It's MOVISTAR up to 10. They have a 7-round lead over 1 win on their map pick. As we enter the penultimate round of the half, I've got to say, Ryan, I am past the point of concern. I'm getting scared.
Yeah, a little bit worried, a little bit panicky for the 1-win side. Maybe we've just underestimated MOVISTAR Riders completely.
Yeah, maybe you have. You know, I mean, when you think about it, I was kind of saying about some of the teams they played against. They beat Entropic on this map.
Yeah,
they beat Big, you know, a few seasons ago. Again, another pretty decent team to play. They destroyed Sprout previously as well. So, you know, maybe we overlooked the real possibility. I mean, I said, you know, there's only 2 scenarios for me. It's a 2-0 in favor of MOVISTAR or a 2-1 in favor of 1 win. And so far, it's looking like the former, as already wants to get in towards single alley. They're trying to find a bit of control. It's Glowing for the first.
Very nicely taken care of. Mopos with a double, though. And that breathes life back into a round that seems so distant. Still that man disadvantage. But Mopos has done brilliantly with that M4A1S. Unfortunately for them, as they commit most of their resources towards A, the Bombers loop back around towards B. And with that, a barren site that they could set it down. It's up to Death, really, as the first port of call to hold things down.
Well, so far, Defs has to make this rotate work. Spread out the arm of 1. Now he has to buy some time. Nice flash coming through. Damage, double no kill. Trying to bring the numbers back level. That's Edith and then done as Travis deletes him. It's all down to 1. And Davy G follows suit like his former brethren as it's up to 4 for 1 win. They're trying to make this competitive at the half as best they can. Easier said than done, but a 4th on the board is better than nothing. Round
15, the last of the half. They've really got to push forward to make it 5 if you're 1 win. Did a good job in winning the last, manipulated the CTs to over-rotate, really second-guessed themselves, and with that comes a weak buy in round 15 and a chance like no other as Travis, he finds the opener, you know, towards the latter part of this half. 1 win have looked a little bit different and, you know, better in that respect. But that scoreline, it does seem like a bit of a task to draw back upon and get themselves back involved with this game, especially considering this is their pick.
I agree. I couldn't agree more. I mean, thus far it's slow. Over towards B. Walking maybe straight towards WG. Go for the first. Looks to make a second when it's the time he's traded. Lollipop gonna find himself a second as well. And he now starts to open this sight up and a missed shot by some players. Might more or less put the nail in the coffin in towards round number 15. 1 man with an eye. Moppers. He will be deleted at the half. It is 10-5. What a performance from MOVISTAR though.
Yes, looking pretty good here. MOVISTAR Riders up by 5 at the half-time whistle. Can they continue their run of form, or will 1 win drown them out on their CT side? We find out after the break. Don't go anywhere.
Lately it seems I ain't got ambition for much else. But when the week is done and payday comes, you can try to slow me down. But I keep going back to the wrong side of town. Good luck picking me up. Save your prayers, I'll let you down. I can't stay away from the wrong side of town. On the overpass is a lady in rags sitting down by the railroad tracks. She's warning me of the judgment day to come. Still small voice trying to turn me back, but I quickly snuffed it out. It don't belong here on the wrong side of town. Good luck picking me up. Save your prayers, I'll let you down. I can't stay away from the wrong side of town. And I can hear the full moon calling out. You can run, but not through.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. A 10-5 half leaves MOVISTAR Riders with a 6th round requirement on their T side to close out the 1-win map pick. No time to deliberate, no time to give concern. Davy G, oh my good God.
No way,
360 no scope, COD Black Ops 2 style, bro. He's just absolutely dunked on him.
Pause, no, stop the stream, everyone quit. No, there's no way. Davy G, just 360 one-tap flamey. Get me out, I quit. I quit ESL, I'm hanging up the mic. There's no casting this anymore. What is that? You can't do that. That is ridiculous. And now, Lollipop trying to retake, he gets dropped as well. He's glowing all alone in a 1 versus 3.
Oh my
How
Lord.
do 1 win production, I need a replay of that. I have to see that again. I really choked. I really choked. That was ridiculous. Davy G, you're my hero, my king, my god. I bow down to you. No casting can just really explain what I just saw to open round number 16. MOVISTAR picking up 11 off the most ridiculous round. That was insane. Oh, please.
No.
Oh, no. We missed it. No. That was ridiculous. I'm going to go back and watch that on stream because that was insane. I won the round for them as well. They got mid-control split B. It's insane. I love this game. I love this game.
Mate, he's actually just been dunked. Literally 360 no scopes.
Flamey, I think it's time to hang up the mouse. That is not the way to go down.
You don't like. How do you explain that? Like, you've actually just been like. You could only explain that by I've just got wrecked. Like,
yeah,
actually,
the comms must have been chaotic.
Oh,
chaotic.
Definitely not safe for stream. How you explain that round in its entirety.
Oh, that would tilt me so much.
Oh, and look, it's a fast play towards B. There's a 5-man stack towards
That's
A1
it.
when just walking into more and more traps. It's a field day for the Spaniards. 360 no scopes into gambling correctly on sites. MOVISTAR Riders, mate, they've done it all. They've done it all on their T side. This is going to be a 12th. Collateral damage is pretty strong. They're 4 from 16.
I mean, they're looking for exits now. They are going to get this off, what, 2 in fact, okay? So not the end of the world. It's 2 out of 5 kills. It's a slight silver lining in a bad situation. With a bad situation, that MOVISTAR are now building up a wealth of lead. It's a 7-round lead, and they're 4 rounds away from closing out this map. I mean, this is already past the point of concern. 1win are seriously struggling. Heading into round 18. Yes, they've got a full buy to work with. It's just a bonus for MOVISTAR and the Spaniards. If they convert this, for me, this map's done.
It has to be game over, doesn't it? On the bright side of things, you know, we've seen worse situations and the recovery happening, you know. We've seen probably like 11-4 score lines, lose the pistol, go 13-4, and we've still seen full 30 games. We've still seen, you know, massive amounts of success for a CT side, but for this moment here, for 1 win, this is desperation. This is, you know, panic stations galore. They really need to find themselves this round. Like, it is do or die at this point.
I can agree more. Look where we stand now for MOVISTAR. On their T side, slow, methodical, very, very kind of calm-mannered and tempered right now. Because they don't need to overextend too much. They're just trying to figure out how 1 winner kind of sort of setting up on their CT side.
Travis. Having a good look. The boost up. Mopos. Oh, Spidey senses tingle. Jumping over the top. Travis. Right into it. Hook, line and sinker. Walks right into the A1S and down to 4. MOVISTAR Riders, we talked about them being on a bit of a bonus. They themselves have to be careful here because winning this round would do a lot for them. And definitely the start of this one here is taking a turn for the worst.
Already, Volleyball going to find 1 more. Instantly traded by some bias. But the number's still very much in favour of 1 win. And of course, double down by Glowy. Here we dropped by the Molotov, but it's 2 versus 3 and a tough one at that.
Smoke dropped in. Deco. He's having a good look. The flank. Oh, it's brilliant. Now Death's in the 1v3. Good for the first. Swings up, but falls to his death because Flamey crosshair set on the skull of the Spaniard. It is 6 on the board for 1 win. They definitely do have a chance of encroaching on that double-digit score line and making things look a lot closer. Oh, here we go. Pulled it up, round to go.
Yes, please. Oh,
see you later,
God.
mate.
Brilliant.
That is unbelievable. A bit of a match pause to come in. I can only hope it's tactical. And I would guess it's actually the MOVISTAR Rider side to call it. They really can't allow... they can't allow 1 win to close the gap anymore, so, you know. And it's very easy for 1 win to call this time out as well, you know. Could be either side ringing the bell in that scenario, but absolutely, MOVISTAR Riders need to realise money isn't looking too good. Considering that was a bonus, they've invested way too deeply and punished for it. Might just be an eco in this round as well to just see themselves through.
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, so far, I think for MOVISTAR, it's just about making sure the momentum doesn't change hands, right? And making sure momentum doesn't go in favour of 1 win. Yeah, coming in towards round 19, not going to be the greatest economic situation for them. It is just going to be that more or less full eco. They're going to try and stick around that 2k mark. And I guess the priority is finding a bomb plan. If they can find that to a real positive note, you can't expect too much, though. Just try and get a couple of kills, try and cause a bit of problems over towards 1 win.
Having a good look. Molly Deco just going to force the Glocks forward. No 360s here, Chief. They are just going to try and swarm them in or through. Flamey. Oh my good God, Flamey. Sickening.
Easy.
Transfer galore. That is brilliant. And you can start to see why Flamey may just be the shining lights for this one-win side. For a side that couldn't really break into Tier 2 well enough since those changes. A step up from an individual that we needed to see perform. A 7th on the board for one win. Look, that is brilliant from Flamey. Just up and down. How clean that is. How crisp it's made to look. I promise you, it's not that easy when you're in that scenario, especially when you've got bodies flying at you like no tomorrow.
Well, now is an interesting time because one winner starting to find their form a little bit. MOVISTAR, they need to be cautious on their T side as well. It's hard to fall behind. It's only a 5-round gap, you know, that they've hold over one win, and that was the gap they were holding for the majority of that first half. Let that crumble, and this now becomes a much more evenly competitive affair, I guess.
Smoke dropped in. Davy G wants nothing to do with it, thinking they're going to go aggressive, thinking they're going to press the issue a little bit more so than they have. One win just taking a very tame control towards ramp. It's nothing too aggressive. Usually you see a deep ramp smoke, maybe someone try and slip in close. They've been punished for it because elsewhere, Mopos, he's created a decent amount of space towards B with that opening frag.
Already. So far, so good for MOVISTAR on slightly better value than prior. Thinking okay. And Davy G gonna double it down. Lollipop overextends, he gets caught in for it. Now things are starting to look a little bit dicey for one win. They're left down to just 3.
Spam coming out, glowing good for 1. Alex low HP with that tech 9, but he still found another. The 3v2, the man advantage, the dust settles with MOVISTAR Riders up by a single man. Deco's got to be careful not to have his head taken out through the wall. Flash to go high. Deco is entertaining the idea of getting up close and personal, but he waits for his teammate of Travis. This is a bait and switch performance, but Deco, he's going to swing wide, does get the information, not quite the kill, and Travis, he has to do the dirty work, but there's 8 seconds left. The bomb, it will go down. Some bias is going to try and punch in the digits. For MOVISTAR Riders, they will not be able to find it. It's an 8th on the board for one win. And well, the turn of tides, mate. It's starting to come in for the one-win side. They themselves have found a decent bit of form, a decent position to retain.
Yeah, that's a really nice round for them. I guess, you know, that priority that we spoke about again is denying that bomb going down. I mean, MOVISTAR, yes, they have the loss bonus starting to build up, but without the bomb blow, they're going to struggle to pick up those full buys, as we see into round number 21. It is only a 4-round difference, and this time for MOVISTAR, just the Deagles as the best buy they've got to muster up in towards 21.
Deaths. I think you pre-fire P250 towards mid. Unfortunately, one win playing things very smart, very passive. Taking their time. Deagle will be heard on ramp as well, warranting a understandable reaction from Travis and Deco, and they'll be rewarded with the first kill. A1S will find the second. Travis having a tap away at Mopos, but it's the HG from Deco to find the mark. And M4 picks up towards A. MVG finding a good bit of damage. Smoke lobbed in towards site as well, and that enables the cross here. Davy G could actually try and move forward with some bias to set the bomb down, but Deagle, low HP, left in the 1v4 with 50 seconds to spare. This will only go one way, and it is in the way of one win.
And there it is. Clean things up. Only losing one man is actually really decent for them, though. Against just pistols, of course, but expect that round to go in favor of one win, of course, in terms of firepower. And speaking of, now the full buy coming out from MOVISTAR, no AWP to be brought out, and that is kind of going to be one of those concerns to them with this consistent loss bonus building up. But of course, no bomb problem is that some buys can't pick up the big green. He can't compete with a Deco for the time being, and that's going to become a consistent issue.
Mopos taking a bit of tag damage. A couple of these one-win players left a little bit worse for wear as well. Not to the same level of the Spaniard, though. At the minute 30 mark, basically silence. Just the noise of utility and spamming through smokes. Nothing yet to hit the kill feed. An important round, and MOVISTAR Riders realizing the gap that they'd created. 5-10 up, win the pistol. It was 12-5 at one point. One win. Definitely are on the redemption arc. That comeback story coming to life a little bit more so by each round. And for the Spain side, they can't allow anything to do with that. They cannot create that level of misfortune to lose map 1 from such a promising point. They realise the importance of winning round 22.
Well, so far, so slow. 45 seconds on the clock to work on. Still committing towards his A take it. Over towards Ram. Pressure on. Lollipop going to join forces as well. So on that crossfire. Here comes the utility. Glowing needs to try and find at least a couple here. There's the first. Asking for a second Modesto trade. Molotov forcing him into an uncomfortable spot. It's just 27 seconds on the clock. They need to commit.
Where are they going? What are they going to do? They've got 19 seconds. You mentioned time is a massive problem. And they're going to have to head towards A. This is just the same call entirely as Alex tries the first. But it's Lollipop with a double. And he's dropped the bomb. And he's dropped the round in favour of one win. 6 seconds to spare. And Dets, I mean, you might as well chuck the nade at your feet at this point. Money is needed. But for the rest of his team, they'll get the loss bonus for him. It's just about saving that AK into the next. A brilliant round for MOVISTAR Riders to be losing out on, because one win profit majorly. They've got themselves back in this game entirely. It's 12-10 and another timeout called. This has gone from let's make sure we calculate our approach correctly to I'm panicking now. We really need to start getting rounds on the board, because one win are playing a game of chase, and it feels very much like the hair against the tortoise at this point.
I mean, as we stand, this is starting to set itself up quite nicely for potentially one win taking their map pick from the depths as well. I mean, they were looking down and out for the count. And now look where we stand. Everything is on a bit of a... I guess on thin ice, I think is probably the best way to put it, because from MOVISTAR, there's such a wealth of a lead, and look where we now stand. Only a 2-round gap, an uncomfortable 2-round gap with that, and the buy coming towards round 23, not looking too great either. Deaths with a hero AK-47, supported by a MAC-10 and Hansa Moppos, a double Tech 9 and a P250 is a horrible buy to try and contest against one win.
Absolutely. That saved AK really proving to be a problem, right? No money, nothing. To the name of deaths heading into round 24. So, in an ideal world, they win this. That would definitely help with the financial situation they put themselves into. Start of round 23 leads to a bit of information. A clue left towards B as to what the MOVISTAR Riders side are getting up to. That molly ticks the once, but it's enough to let them know that there is at least presence there.
Yeah, information for the time being. I think it's just about, again, for one win, just slowing down the tempo a little bit. They know they're coming against a lowish buy. See a bit of a stack over towards B too. A couple players here, one in quick rotate. In comes the utility too.
They're going to be sending it at full force. That's the boost over the top, dinked up. A second attempt, a third attempt as he tries to get the head glitch angle correct. But nothing goes his way. Down to 10 points of health. Surely that AK gets chucked across to a teammate. I mean, you'd be hoping so. Davy G, he'll go down in the meantime. Out towards A, I do believe. He got very close to the faces of the one-win side, but it is not enough to warrant a decent rotate. Everyone just posted right now. One towards quad, one towards headshot. Death will be good for one. Travis on the back of the site, good for two. And he just needs to hold his ground, but he's looking for more. He's looking for heads. USP drawn some pliers to close the gap, but it's Deco's Orb to find the mark. And with that, one win the gap down to one. It's within an arm's reach. And to think we were at 12-4 at one point, Neo, this game, I mean, we'd shut the book, but clearly one win just tear out the chapters that went wrong for them, and they're here to rewrite history here in the book of the lower final.
That's it. It's already showing as well how for these two sides, especially on this map individually. T-sides, not their strongest point, but CT completely the polar opposite. Already very concerning from MOVISTAR on their T side. Struggling to find any sort of success as we stand, and I mean, for one win, it's been barely even contested.
Spam from Davy G will find the first. Moppos getting tagged up in the meantime and taken down by Travis. An attempt towards both sites only results with the numbers towards A being depleted in favour of the MOVISTAR Riders side. Out towards B, not quite finding the same success, and so for them now it's just a question of which side do they want to head towards. The utility's low. The decision has to be made quick, and they've got to ensure that this post plant happens.
And that's a tough decision. I guess for one win as well, there's a possibility, a potential for them to be spread a little bit thin. There's a committal play over towards A. And Alex has got some timing as well. As he's just going to play that back foot, try and catch anyone who tries to go for that late rotate through mid. He can play that nice passive ramp control as the other three. A little bit more of a spearhead over towards A. The two players here, Deco's A with B. Actually going to rotate back over towards mid, but now needs to make that commit. In comes the flash slow, just over 30 seconds to work with two.
Spam coming out, the bomb plant attempted by Death, gonna tap it to the right and then head to the left. The old bait and switch to see if he could force any utility, but in the 4v4, MOVISTAR Riders, they have attempted and gained at least a post-plant scenario, an unfamiliar scenario for their T side.
Agreed.
In of recent times. With that bomb ticking away, they've got to get a move on. We start Travis,
no.
hold on a second, hold on! Travis has been allowed to stick it in its entirety! And in the 4v4, there's not a single kill to come in until it's stuck in its entirety. MOVISTAR Riders, they concede another, it's 12 all, and a retake like no other, and the balls of steel to stick that round. They've got it.
Wow.
Travis has taken it all by himself, 1 win 12, MOVISTAR Riders 12.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is how not to play a post plan. Demonstrated by MOVISTAR. Get the bomb down, numbers are level, and then they just have no easy rotate to try and deny that bomb defuse. Is really poorly played. I mean, for one win, that was too easy, and that has been the story of their CT side. As once again, now, as you mentioned, we're all tied square, 12 rounds apiece. As things stand, one win should take this map and with relative ease.
Disappointing to say the least. The lead, the advantage, the opportunity that they stood. And now, it's the other way around. It really is in favour of that one-win side. In this round, though, the man advantage seeps in favour of MOVISTAR Riders. Not for long, though. Death, he'll fall. Alex to respond. It's now a 3 versus 3 because Flamey, he gets his hands dirty from the elevator position. With the bomb set down, this definitely could be a chance for MOVISTAR Riders to finally convert on that CT side.
So far, trying to make that retake work. MobBoss this time sitting directly in ice. And aggro, looking for two, nearly finds it as well. The two remaining for one win low on HP, and Flamey on no HP as he's dropped out as MobBoss finds yet one more, and this time, Deco, despite having 13k in the bank, not even going to contest it. He's falling right away. Open hand play, nice and passive, just to try and get up for an exit frag or two. He wants to keep this big green in hands, and finally, for the first time in a long time, we see MOVISTAR Riders pick up a round on C-side. It took so long.
Oh, man. That hurts to see if you're one win because you've done the hard part in making the comeback a reality. And then as soon as you tie the game... Oh, man. It's all gone pear-shaped. There is still a chance. The money is so good for that CT side. You see Deco invests 5 digits into this round. $10,100 seeped into round 26. A chance to tie the game back up. A chance for one win to put themselves back on the board. And a double nade stack leaves Lollipop with 60 points of health. Trying to intimidate the A play, but one win will do one better. And Lollipop to get in the faces of the opposition and return the favour to Davy G.
A lot of damage on early doors. I mean, VG down to just 25 points. It's a little bit more of an aggro start there. MOVISTAR's going to aggressively take round, but it pays the price for it because they've lost pretty much all control of it. Now they're going to be pinted back over towards mid where Flamey's waiting.
Still a minute and 15 to ultimately make that decision and get the bomb set down for Glowing. Such an off angle. You aren't checking this in a million years. Eventually the traitor come forward. Lollipop responds. The molly seeps in too deep and it will allow the swing, but he's finding two, one beneath the grave. And with that, it's Destin a 1-on-3.
Oh, and now things once again looking like we're going to be tied all square, 13 apiece, unless Destin pull off something monumental. It started so well for them, but as we mentioned, lose that early bit of ramp control. For me, felt like the nail in the coffin in round number 26. I mean, what can he do? 40 seconds to work with, and he has to isolate himself 3 kills, and he'll have a smoke right in his face to deny any presence over towards the late side. Do they hold him? Yeah, they do. Didn't even need to question. Travis easily cleans things up. We're all tied square once again at 13 rounds apiece.
This could be a serious game to forget here for Movistar Riders. As you said, the gap back down to nothing. And a real good chance for them to be winning this map here, 1 win. Proving that it doesn't matter the scoreline. The CT side definitely can be won. You can make an immense comeback with. In round 27, the heat is up to max. For Movistar Riders, they desperately need a round. They need a way back into this game, Neo. Otherwise, hope, faith, everything will be deflated, lost, voided. Because Vertigo, although looks so secure, might just be in the hands of 1 win.
I think that the biggest kind of concern for me is if you look at the wealth of the lead that Movistar had at one point, for them to now crumble back to being all tied square, and of course now at a man disadvantage, Movistar, their morale going to be in a little bit of a shaky state.
It's a bit embarrassing to see for Movistar Riders that they find themselves in another 4v5. Really haven't had the run of the green on this T side, and they can only have themselves to blame. A second advantage put in as going, he's able to find a follow-up. A 3 versus 5 Movistar Riders down to the bare bones. And I mean, with what, 40 seconds left, Davig just going to have a sit on the table and admire the equipment that he's left in T-Spawn, because this is it. This is a save call by the looks of things.
I think it has to be, once again. I mean, they can't afford to let this one slip. I mean, give up this round and lose all the players. And not only the 1 win guarantees us a lead, which they're going to have anyway, but it means that, as we've seen, time and time again on the T side, Movistar going to have no investment, no economy in towards the next. They just have to keep hold of what they've got. Just 13 seconds after the clock. The round is done. 1 win. For the first time in a long time, take a lead and should be able to hold it too, as Movistar starts to really feel the pressure on their shoulders, back against the wall, and 1 win looking ever inching closer to taking their map pick from such a stark deficit.
Yeah, I mean, if you joined us in the first half, tuned out, and then join us back again now, you would have wondered what on earth just happened. It really has been 1 win CT side. They have looked on rails. As much as we can blame and sort of, you know, point the finger at the Spaniards of Movistar Riders for having this wobbly performance, the CT side that 1 win have shown proves absolutely everything. Why they deserve this game more than anyone else, it feels like. Movistar Riders, Mirage up next. They'd be hoping for a map win, but this could have been done into a more clinical T side. We would have been halfway through Mirage right now, but instead, we're in the closing stages of Vertigo, and it looks to be the favour of the CT side. The CIS team of 1 win, now only 2 rounds away from turning dreams in reality from a 12-4 deficit. They have themselves a chance of taking their map pick, and a great start from Deco. The nade couldn't finish the job. Instead, it sets Davig down to 70.
Actually come through as well. Deco actually going to go nice and aggro. I like this. Molotov into his cubby. Will get extinguished by the smoke, but he wants to play nice and aggro. Shotgun AWPing, in fact. Lollipop virtual sandbags can take it away, but again, trying to just use that utility to deny any presence. And there is actually the opener. It's the nade of RPG to find Deco, and he finds a second 2. Lollipop will fall, and Movistar finally on their T side making something of this.
That is unreal. Down to 3. 1 win, got to hold on. Great flashbang. Glowing. Good for the first. Got to find more. Glowing's nearly lined up 3, but Davig left low. Alex even lower as Flamey now on a godsend of a rotate death.
Oh no.
Just drops an 8 on his teammate. And down to the 2-on-2. So viable for 1 win. And the fact that it comes from a team nade is just even more problematic for Movistar Riders. As it's deaths. As his name suggests, he's going to need to be the Grim Reaper of Spain right now to set them up for 14, to set us up for a full 30 as he makes his way towards Elevator. It will be Travis waiting with open arms. It's Travis finding 15. It's 1 win map point, and from a 12-4 scoreline, Movistar Riders now at the lower hand of a CIS heroic story.
I think this map is done. I mean, 15 to 13, Movistar, yes, they have a buy coming out in towards 29, but it's not the greatest. Double AK-47, triple Galil, and a bit of utility to try and find some success, because they've been so few and far between on the T side. The Spaniards are struggling. And 1 win, I mean, this is how you talk about kind of a comeback or resurgence. It's so impressive.
How do you explain a comeback like this? Lollipop slip the net and he'll find a first. Umpire still alive though, still kicking as he finds the opener. Davi G nearly walks right into it, but Movistar Riders still has some flair in their step. It's a 2-on-4 in favour of the Spaniards. They can set the bomb down, and it looks to be a full 30 still viable, as it is Travis alongside Flamey. They need to find this round from nothing. And with a 40-second fuse placed on the resurgence of this round, I think OneWin are going to be saving for the final of Vertigo. They're going to be expecting this one to go full 30 as well.
Yeah, I mean, they definitely have to save if they want to pick themselves up an AWP, right? I mean, I guess Travis will be the one in that priority spot to drop one off cross. Deco as well can drop one towards Lollipop if they need to. So they will have economy. It's not the biggest problem for them, but it's more of a question of there's no need to overextend those two remaining rifles in towards 2 versus 4 retake, which is more often than not pretty improbable to be successful, right? So just keep hold of what they've got. But what it does mean, as you mentioned, is we're playing out the full 30. This map is going the distance. Same way this series probably will, because these two sides are so evenly matched. Movistar, another T-side round on the board. It's been few and far between, but they're up to 14, only one round behind. Can they take this to OT is the question.
And that is what round 30 is to decide. Whether we go 15-15 and we see another overtime, or if this game ends with heartbreak. And with the struggle that Movistar Riders had received in this second half. The question we ask ourselves at this point is, do they deserve it? Because OneWin have been lights out on their CT side. Start of round 30 leaves Davi G in a smoke. And OneWin a little bit clueless as to what the Movistar Riders decided to achieve at the beginning of this one.
Already, nice opener. Lollipop going to find Davi G. That's the start. A OneWin needed to try and put that final nail in the coffin towards map number 1 and confirm that they take their pick of Vertigo. Already now, starting to get slightly on the concerning side if you're a Spanish supporter.
Left on the clock, tapping away, Alex making sure no one tucks in on that close yellow tarp angle. And it is just very slow, very thought through. Not yet to be pulled, but now they're going to give him a good shot. Now they're going to give him a run for their money. In the 5v4 scenario, the utility looks good. A great flashbang gives at least the M4 towards Ramp some information glowing. Whether he wants to double dip on this angle or not is a different story. He's going to see the smoke. He's going to know that the nades come from close. A flashbang from the T side to be set high, but glowing. Elevated angle, elevated chance of winning this round with 15 seconds left. He's dropped the bomb. There's still more time to get it set down. Lollipop takes away a second soul. And Alex, he's going to go for the stick. There's 7 seconds. The swing is good. He hasn't even checked the bomb plants. We thought he had it all. And OneWin 16. Movistar Riders 14. It's map 1 in the bag.